James Elder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're at the press conference day for the Haymaker Day, Hay Day 2, joined by Shane McGUIGAN. We've just witnessed Shannon Briggs come running into the press conference. What was your initial thoughts on that, mate?
As soon as I heard a door fly open, I thought, oh, here he is. He obviously heard wind of it, but it's good for boxing. It's good to promote the fight. He's done us a favour. You know what I mean? Him coming in, screaming and shouting. If we can get him on the undercard, if David can, then so be it. It'd be great. And I know David wants to fight him, but at the moment there isn't any money for either of them in terms of fighting on terrestrial television. Everyone knows it doesn't bring a lot of dough, so it's more for the exposure. Two of them, get some decent exposure off it, and then I think they can tussle afterwards. You know what I mean?
So when he came in, the security automatically ran and grabbed him, held him back, so they couldn't really get too close. But we could hear them sort of exchanging words and talking about what hopefully potential fight. So interesting in itself.
Definitely. I think he genuinely believes he can beat anyone still at his 44 years of age. And just look at him. He's a big lump. He's got big head on him, big hands. But as David said, he's beat in a bad way after the Klitschko fight. Everyone's now. There's a lot of attention being brought to Nick Blackwell in the current situation after this fight. He was in a similar situation after the Vitaly Klitschko fight. If he can pass his medicals and pass his brain scans over here, then 100% let's get the fight on. But you can't go and agree to television, agree to the boxing fans that are coming to watch it without him actually having a medical currently. And I believe that that fight should be on. Both of them should get decent money for it. So when they do get that into that position, then great, let's do it.
Arnold Grigaj, I mean, he's not familiar to many people. Having a look at his record, the best opponent's probably Denis Baktov.
Yeah.
So
beat him comfortably on points.
What are we expecting from this? What are we expecting from him?
I mean, go and watch him on YouTube. He's quick. He's got good feet, got fast hands. He's long, he's taller than David, he punches on the move, he's got a good step back, and he's knocked out 21 of his 29, so he can clearly punch as well. So the look of him, he looks like a real fighter. Massive big head on him, big hands as well. So you're trying to break people down and look at what they've got, and I think. He's got a lot of experience at a top level of sparring, but he hasn't ever been there in front of the lights. And some people are great in the gym and not great whenever it comes to crunch time. But we'll find out on May 21st.
Can you understand sometimes the frustration where David Haye, people want to see him in these marquee fights, if you like?
Yeah. But unfortunately, he hasn't got anything currently apart from a massive fan base that people want. And the likes of Anthony Joshua, the likes of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, they don't want to fight him, and I understand where Tyson Fury is coming from because of the situations that they had before, but it's not. Povetkin's fighting Wilder, Joshua's fighting Charles Martin, which I think is a very tough fight for him, and we just got to wait our turn, and in the meantime you've got to fight somebody that's like them, and I think Arnold. The Cobra, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the second name, is a perfect fight for us at this time to get us in the position that we want to be.
I mean, we heard David Haye say today he's going to donate 10% of all ticket sales across the whole show to Nick Blackwell, and I think that's a really commendable thing and a really noble thing for him to do. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I was talking to him, and I've known Nick Blackwell since he was 18, before the Martin Murray fight. And I've seen his career. I've seen him being, put up the hard way, and he's such a nice bloke. He was doing some sparring with George. He's for that last fight, and it's so sad to see him in the situation that he's in at the moment. But I've spoken to Gary Lockett. I've spoken to a few people, and I know he's going to come round for it. But in terms of his boxing career and where he stands with that, nobody currently knows. I don't think he's ever going to box again. So. He's 25 years of age. He needs to be set up at least for the next few years because his future's looking a bit bleak. So I think it's very commendable what Dave has done, and he's been there. He's had his massive fights, and now he's trying to give back a little bit to the sport.
If David Haye comes through this as we expect him to do, Anthony Joshua beats Charles Martin, can we get this heavyweight showdown in 2016, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. I think from our point of view, we want it, but I don't know if. I've heard talks of what his next move is, and I think people will be a bit disappointed what Joshua's next move if he wins this. He's still early on in his career. I think it might be a bit early for him, but if he's up to the task, 100% David will take it.
Any updates on Carl Frampton? What's happening with him? Is he
He's
going to be
eating.
moving up? Is he going to be standing the same way?
He's definitely eating. That's all I know about Carl. Trying to get onto him and trying to call him. I know what his next move is, but all will be revealed soon when we get that signed off. But at the moment we're assessing his current eating habits, and we're trying to crunch them down because he loves his grub.
Anything on Lee Haskins? I know you guys will be working with him now. I know there's a press conference and announcements coming this week, but
Yeah.
anything you can tell me on that?
Wait till Thursday. Wait till tomorrow. That's my brother. Sort of. They do all that sort of work, and I wouldn't want to piss on their fireworks. So let them announce it. But I'm sure everyone will be really happy down that part of the world in Bristol and Wales.
On that note, thank you very much for your time today, Shane. It's a great pleasure to get you on the channel, mate, and I'll catch you again real soon.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.